Hello everyone. I told you that I would do a video on the four temperaments. And the four temperaments, Tim LaHaye, he's deceased now, but he wrote this book on the spirit controlled temperaments. And so temperaments. And so let's get into just the basic temperaments. Now this is just like a short version of it, but if you want to check out the book or purchase the book, it's on Amazon and some different websites, and deeply get involved in this book. It'll help you with relationships, how to understand other people's temperament. And so the four temperaments, you have sanguine, you have choleric, melancholy, and phlegmatic. Okay, so here is sanguine. Sanguine is Tim LaHaye. He writes that sanguines have a warm, buoyant, lively, and fun-loving temperament. They are led by feelings rather than reason, and feelings dominate many of their decisions. Sanguines make friends easily, feel empathetic towards those who are hurting, and have the gift of making the people they meet feel important. They have no trouble enjoying themselves immensely and can pass on their enjoyment to others. In fact, sanguine people are motivated by fun and enjoyment. This teaches us that someone who is half choleric and half sanguine will accomplish a great deal and have a lot of fun doing it. And then choleric. LaHaye says that cholerics are often self-sufficient and very independent, and that they tend to be decisive and opinionated, finding it easy to make decisions not only for themselves but also others. A choleric thrives on activity and is characterized by stubbornness and determination. They do not need their environment to activate them, but activate their environment. He is not frightened by adversities, or she isn't frightened by adversities. In fact, they tend to encourage him. Okay? In other books, I have read that the choleric is motivated by accomplishment. I am a cleric, and I can verify each of these qualities. If I can accomplish something each day, then I am a satisfied person. Then there is the melancholy, he says. Melancholy is usually considered to be the dark temperament, and it is characterized by sensitivity and the capacity for deep feelings. LaHaye writes, actually, he is the richest of all the temperaments. He goes on to explain that melancholies are analytical, self-sacrificing, gifted, and they tend to be perfectionists. People with the melancholy temperament are usually introverts, but their moods often dominate them, so they behave according to how they feel. Sometimes they are ecstatic, and other times they are depressed. They are faithful friends and said to have the most dependable of all the temperaments. I have noticed that melancholies are also motivated by order. They love lists and plans and don't do well when life is disorganized. And I was reading that and I thought, that sounds a lot like me in some of these things. And then the choleric kind of sounded like me also. Now, I guess you can have, half of one and half of another, and you mix it together, and that's what you get. Okay? And then there's the phlegmatic. Phlegmatic. LaHaye refers to the phlegmatic person as the phlegmatic. People with the personality type have a calm, cool, slow, easy-going, well-balanced temperament. They are not easily bothered or flustered, regardless of the circumstance. They rarely erupt in anger or burst out in laughter, but their emotions stay steady, level, and under control. So their emotions stay steady, level, and under control. They are consistent and kind-hearted, but rarely show their true feelings. LaHaye notes phlegmatics do not lack for friends because they enjoy people and have a naturally dry sense of humor that others enjoy. In my experience, phlegmatics are motivated by peace. As long as they can have peace, they are happy. Now, these are just brief descriptions. So if you want to get the book, I've put it out there for you to get it. And I'll tell you something. It's very interesting to study these and then to to see what your temperament is, and even to find out what somebody else's temperament is, just by going with this brief list of what these temperaments are. And I found it to be very interesting because it will help you to learn how to accept and get along with other people. You know, you realize that everyone is not like each other. They're simply because God did not create everybody to be the same. He created each of us differently. And so when we work together, one person's strength compensates for others' weaknesses. Learning to accept people and help them feel valuable is one of the best gifts we can give them. And so people don't always remember what you say, but they do remember how you made them feel. Okay? So that's why it's important to free yourself from comparing yourselves to other people or comparing them with ourselves. See, life becomes much easier, more peaceful, and more joy-filled. And guess what? It puts a smile on God's face because He delights in our individuality and uniqueness. So, I'd like you to, you know, go over these temperaments, and I think that it will really help you. And it can be something that you can use on your job, in your family, if you're in leadership. I mean, it can really help you a lot with these temperaments on the definitions and what they are, because it'll help you in so many different ways. And even in friendships and personal relationships, maybe in a marriage, you know, in a partnership, even if you're running a business with a co-owner, you know, it really will do you some good, I think. So take a look at these, listen to the video, and stop it when you need to stop it. Maybe take some notes, or just share it, you know, with your friends, with your family members, even with your co-workers. You know, don't forget to like the video, and then if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you all for tuning in. The information about the book is in the description box, and again, you can get it on different websites, but you can also purchase it on Amazon. And the other thing is too, is that this is an updated version. So there are some older versions out there that you could purchase used. You probably can find it at the library or again on Amazon. I think it's a great book and very interesting. So again, you guys have a blessed evening.